Yes. A bit closer. No, well, Reg's father and mother were just marvellous, and in business when we went into with the restaurant and the laundry, they came in there and Pop used to wash up and Nan had made sandwiches and in the laundry they'd fold clothes all day until their health petered out. But no, we can't say enough about them. And this fellow here, I met him at the Alstonville show, and he was playing in the boys' band, and he was standing away from these other fellows in the band, and of course we girls, we had to get to know the boys in the band. And I said, who's that fellow up there? And he was just standing away. That's Reg Latimer. Well, I said, I like the look of him. So I brought him down. And that's how we met. So,
how many years ago was that?
Oh dear, when was that?
59.
Oh.
59, was it?
39 years.
Oh yes, that's right, 59. We're almost getting on to nearly to our 60th. Yes.
Was it a short engagement? Was it a short engagement?
No, we went together for quite a few years. Why?
The reason he's asked this is to ask him how long his engagement was.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and ask.
6 weeks.
It wasn't very long. Hey, that long? Well, I think from what the car was like 5 weeks, wasn't it? 6 weeks. 6 weeks.
How many years ago was that?
Over 37 and a half.
6 week engagement, 37. Oh, sorry, 8-day engagement, 37 and a half years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
You can do it.
Una's finished now, so we'll give Una a round of applause for. And I'd like to introduce you now to Nita.
She's used to microphones.
Well, Bert's daughter. Oh, this is terrible. I'd rather sing. Would you like me to sing? And Dad had the this morning. We came down from Kyogle. Oh, I'm just so shaky. Come down from Kyogle when I was 5, and Dad took on the Lismore to Nimbin bus run. At that time he had an old Ford car with a trailer, and I'm so shaky. And it was he had to take the mail from Lismore to Nimbin, and those days there was petrol rationing, and I can remember sitting in the trailer going out for rides to Nimbin, because everyone knows Nimbin now, as it was a lovely place then. And he kept doing that. So he just progressed from the trailer, car and trailer, and then got the bus. So nervous. And then he was able to get the bus, yeah. And
He tells about his legs.
I think everyone knows that he
No,
lost.
one of the stories, one of the funny stories.
Yeah, he lost his limbs in the war, which I think all of you know by now. But he carried on as a bus driver, and a lot of people never knew that he even had artificial limbs. And just worked really, and lots of stories about that, really. He always made jokes about it. And
Tapping his pipe?
yeah. He was a pipe smoker, and he had the wooden legs, so he'd go knock, knock, knock. Then he wanted to empty the pipe out, and it was always had the pipe in the mouth and the tobacco. Never had any lung trouble, so that must have had the right tobacco or something, I don't know. But, maybe. No, I just feel very good. I don't know what else to say. What else can I say? Dad seemed to have... It was an attraction at our place for all the brothers to come, like Uncle Perce, which is Alan's father, and Uncle Ab. They just seem to congregate at our place. Keep forgetting to hold this up. Yeah, I don't know what else really to tell you about. I think you've all heard the yarns about Dad with his artificial limbs. I mean, they just went to war, and he was a bit late getting into a trench, and he lost them below the knees. But those days they were terrible, big, heavy wooden legs. Yeah. And he'd have about 4 pairs of socks down in them so he could stop the hurting his legs. Yeah. So when I see the athletes now with those springs or things that they have for the Olympics, it's just amazing to what he used to do. And we used to go down to Brunswick, and he'd go down to the water's edge, and we'd just put a towel around, and he would crawl down into the water. I've just had the flu, so no one, I've just got to excuse my shape. And he'd go into the salt water because it would heal the wounds that was rubbing from the legs that he had to wear. And he never mind, we just put towels around him, he'd crawl down into the water and get the salt water onto him and come back all refreshed. Marvellous sense of humour. I think that went with all the Latimers. There's a great sense of humour, lots of stories and everything. And this Uncle Perce, the father of Alan, he used to come to our place at Christmas, and he'd arrive at November and start eating Christmas food from November right through till the season was over, and you'd see him munching plums and Christmas cake and everything right through. He reckoned Christmas started at November. That was your father. Yep. 1st of December, that's right.
Your father's
Yeah. Leave Mum and Dad out of house. But that's about all. I mean, he just kept going with the bus, and then when he was able to get full pension, that was a battle to try and get that those days. But then he just more or less retired, loved fishing, had fishing mates, went out of the night with his mate, couldn't swim, but Mum never used to worry about him being in a boat or anything, because she'd wait up till 12 o'clock at night when he'd come in and clean the fish and help him and that, so it was a happy house. So that's about
something about fishing. Dad never heard I went fishing down there in Darwin. Bird trying to get into the boat, and he fell back into the water. Here I am, a young fellow, and Dad trying to get Bird back into the bloody boat. You've got no idea how that boat went one way and Bird went the other way. But all morning trying to get him back in the boat. I just remembered that one.
He never had any trouble. He never had any trouble in the boat if his mate pulled in a crab or something, because he just stick his leg out and kick it. So it can't hurt me. So he just made light of his problems, you know. But I think young ones, a lot of them today, that complain about so many things, and he just never complained about anything. I think I need my antibiotics. But anyhow, I think you'll read most of the stories about Dad in the books when you